Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. This is the first major version of this game for quite a few years now. The last one was first released in 2017, so it's been a while. And so in this video, I just want to show you the new game, show you what has changed, show you what hasn't changed, take a look at our new garage area, also a bunch of the new cars that have been added, some new changes to how you work on cars and all that sort of stuff we're going to be checking out in today's video. So let's just start right here with our garage. This is the garage that you are given right at the start of the game. This is, I mean, I'm very close. I'm like level 2 at the minute, so I've barely just started this game. And as you can see, we have our full grounds round the back here. We've also got some extra buildings, which at the start, you can't really do anything with. But as you progress through the game, you can buy upgrades and add more stuff in here. So let's just jump in through the door. Here is our main workshop. At the minute, we've only got one lifter. The other side is kind of taken up with just a bunch of rubbish and a school bus for some reason. And so as you work through the game, you earn money and then you can go and you can upgrade certain things like this to make you work faster, or you can go to here and you can expand it. So let's buy a car wash. Why not? And as we've got some money, let's buy a second lifter. And then as you can see, now we've got rid of the bus. We've got our storage up here. We've got our second lifter. And if we go out the back, we now have one of the new additions to the game, the car wash. And actually, before we go any further, I'm just going to jump straight in to a game that has everything completely maxed out so I can show you the potential of what you can do in this game. Check this out. And here we are, fully maxed out with our car wash next door. We've got a full-on garage with dyno set up inside here. We now have this building completely converted, where inside we have full-on spray booth. Everything else what we've got around here. This is our testing station. Let's go through the door here. So we've got our full test pit where we can do wheel alignments and all that sort of stuff. We also have our little salvage area where we can actually upgrade some of the parts as well and fix them up. Inside here we have the repair station. Again, this is our repair table to repair old broken parts. Also have the body repair tables. We have brake lathe. That's new for this game. We also, through here, have our massive warehouse. We can check out some of the parts that we've got here. These are just random things that I've pulled off cars. And then we have our main garage, which is fully customizable. Every single part of this garage, I can completely change. I've just basically just picked some random colors just to make it look a little brighter at the minute. But everything can be changed exactly how you want it. So with our garage set up, let's actually obtain some cars. There's a few different ways we can do this. So we have our junkyard as we had before, but it's a little different now. So we now have a much bigger junkyard than what we had in the previous games. But like the previous games, you can find junk. There we go. We've actually got a pretty good condition Sakura Euro door there. So I'm going to grab that. And just like with previous junkyards, you can go around and find some scrap cars as well. Let me try and find one for us to fix up. Here we go, right here. We've got ourselves, what have we got? A Delray High Road. We can buy this for 13,000 credits. That's actually, I want to find something a bit better. There we go. This is complete trash. This is actually a Sakura Takumi, basically just their version of the AE86. There you go, that's how it's supposed to look. Let's buy that and we'll clean it up a little bit. So let's place that in our garage for now. So as well as the junkyard, we have the barn find, just like what we had in the previous version. So here is the barn, and I think this is a little bigger than what we had before. And there's also the chance for some cooler, rare cars to be found in these as well. They're basically just randomly spawned. And just like with the junkyard, you can find some junk in here. Maybe you can find some good parts for you to repair. And then we go around. Aha, look, here we go. Straight away, just found this. Marina Bizarrini. Terrible name. Basically their version of the Lamborghini Diablo. So, oh, 72,000. You know what? I'm going to buy it. There has also been a massive improvement to car auctions as well. Check this out. Now we have two different types of auctions. Let's start with the salvage car one. Instead of waiting it to go through and it just takes ages to get to the car you want, you can now pick the car that you want to check out. So in this case, what should we go for? This one, this Katagiri Tamago right here. And there we go. We can check it out. This is actually in very, very bad condition. But we can now actually just check out the car before we go ahead and bid on it. I don't think this car's going to even start, is it? No, there's no oil in the engine. So let's start the auction. Let's try and buy this. Why not? We've got unlimited credit on this, so let's just go. Okay, estimated value of 9,000. Are we going to get a bargain here? I don't think so. Ooh, 200 credits under the estimated value. Not bad. And so on top of that, we then have the proper car auctions. This is the higher quality stuff. So let's try and find a nicer version of the Sakura Takumi. And here we are in the nicer area with the much higher quality cars. Look at that. That's definitely a little rusty, but that's in much better condition to the other one. So we can start auction exactly the same. I just think this is a much better way to get the auction system down. No more waiting for cars. You pick the car you want, you look at it, you bid for it, you win it, pay 6,000 over the odds in this case, and that's it. So on top of all of these barn find cars and these scrap cars, you can also just buy a brand new car. So you pick Car Salon from the map and you go here to this brand new, nice, shiny showroom. It's a little bit laggy in the showroom. This is the only area where I really have issues with performance, I've got to say. But we have these 3 cars. They're basically just chosen at random. But you can go here and you can configure your car. Here's a bunch of different ones you can buy here. So let's buy ourselves a Griffin Tyro, and you can customize it exactly as you want. So let's go for some orange paint. We can pick a different type of wheel. We can also change different wheels for front and rear if you are into that. But for now, I'm just going to keep them all matching. And we can also pick the tires. I'm just going to go for some sports tires front and rear. And so here's our car that we spec'd up. We can take a look around, sit in it, turn it on, and rev it up. And oh, this is turbocharged. Interesting noise. Very interesting dump valve noises there. But if we're happy with it, we can go ahead, buy it straight out. There we go. And there we go. I've bought myself a brand new car. Let's jump back to the garage then and actually work on these things. Okay, so first of all, I just want to go ahead and wash this up and actually see what it looks like underneath the dust. So let's just take this to the car wash. And also you can see on the inside it's really dusty as well. Let's just clean the inside first. So let's get our interior detailing. And there's no mini game or anything with this. It just automatically cleans it for you. But there we go. Interior all clean. And then the outside. There we go. Let's just get rid of that dust. It's actually pretty clean underneath. There's not much in the way of dents or anything. This is in really good condition, it seems. Okay, the engine definitely needs some work, but that's not a bad purchase. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some parts of the engine that are missing, so we definitely can't even turn the car on. But if we wanted to buy and sell this car, we've actually made 5,500 credits just by taking it to our car wash and washing it. So that's instantly made the money back for building this place. So it could be a very good venture for you to easily buy and sell cars as well, just by buying them, washing them, and then selling them for money. Okay, so here is our Takumi that we bought. It's actually sitting on bricks because there's no wheels for it. This is in a terrible state. So moving it to the lifter. First of all, let me just show you some of the part repairing that we have. So taking that brake disc off, we can now go to our brake lathe and we can now repair this and get it back. So we don't even have to worry about buying new brakes. We can just lathe the disc we already have and that's going to fix it up nicely. And there we are, all finished. And then we look at our inventory and look at that. 100% completely brand new repaired. So it's given us a lot more options for us to actually repair the stuff that we have instead of having to rebuy stuff. Here we have the engine. Let's just try and take out some bits here. Let's remove all these camshafts as well, all the heads. And this introduces another function where I can take these bolts out with ease. These ones that are orange, we actually need to spray with some WD-40 first just to get them out of there. It's a small little thing that's been added, but it's an interesting detail. And let's also take this hood with us as well. And our fender. So actually those 2 doors aren't salvageable, but we do have a couple of doors here that can be. So we can repair these, and it basically adds a new mini game where instead of luck, you can now use skill to always hit it in the green section and repair your parts. Much better. And here we go. Let's just repair some stuff. So we have like the engine head that we've just removed. There we go. And we just keep going, and eventually it will be completely repaired. There we go. 100% on that engine head that we just salvaged. Very good way to fix up your car instead of having to buy new parts. And also with the wheels, let's just WD-40 that, get this off. So we have our wheel balancer and tyre changer as we have before. And so now the wheel has been separated from the tyre, we can actually go and take that wheel to the spray booth. And so in our spray booth, we can go ahead, paint parts. Now, this is a whole new addition. We can select our wheel, and we can go ahead and just make it any color we want. We can go for some red wheels, white wheels. It's definitely still got some rust issues. I probably should have got a better quality wheel at first, but we now have custom painted parts. So again, we could take this engine cover that we've got here. It's a little bit rusty, so perhaps we should repair it first, but we can now make these into any custom color we want as well. We can do this with so many parts. Brake calipers, engine heads, blocks, all that sort of stuff can now be painted. Which if we come out here and look at this car that I've been modifying, you can see that I have a nice purple head cover. This looks so nice. And so another addition is we also now have fuse boxes. So if we take this cover off, we now actually can change individual fuses as well. Just another very small addition. This is mostly going to be relevant if you're sort of repairing a customer's car rather than building your own. And so another one of the new things that have been added with this is, of course, all of the dented bodywork. But we can just take a welder, we can move it over, we can use the welder, and then we have nice straight bodywork again. So all of that stuff can be repaired as well. Okay, so once you've been repairing cars and buying cars, you'd obviously want to park them. And so we now have a new parking system. And I'm a little unsure about this. It's a little bit clunky. You basically select the car you want. So in this case, we can go to a Marina Bizzarri. I've actually got two of these, and we can take a look at this. Brings it out of the garage. It's a little bit clunky. In the older games, it used to just be in one parking garage. We can't actually move it because there's no wheels, but we can move it to the garage if we wanted. Also, before I forget, in terms of parts as well, we can either buy from our computer or our tablet. Here is all the stuff that you can buy. So we've got all the different bodywork stuff. We then also have some body tuning as well for some custom parts. For all of these cars can have custom bodywork parts. Right, there we go. For our van, we can also have different lights as well compared to the original, where they look like this. We have our plate makers. We've got gearboxes where we can have custom gearboxes. All of our electronic stuff with our fuses. We have our tuning shop, as always, to go with the dyno. And also, we have this new add-ons shop. There you can see there is the roof box. Let's get a police siren. Why not? And let's stick it on our van that's outside. So we can just go interior and additional. We can go to additional. Go to our bonus part. And there we go. Police lights on the roof. And, of course, as you might have spotted, we can have custom stuff on the interior as well. So our interior assembly. At the minute, I've put some nicer bucket seats in this, but you can just take them out as you want. There we go. We can take that out. Just have one seat if we wanted, which is actually what I've done in here. I've just basically just lightweighted this. One seat with a racing wheel. Job done. And so now that we have a car that runs, we can also drive the car. So we have test track, race track, and speed track. So our test track is pretty much like we had in previous games. You just drive around and... Oh yeah, by the way, this van of mine is turboed. So this is basically a way just to test all the different parts that we have. Do some slalom, brake tests, all that sort of stuff. Pretty simple. There we go, suspension test. This is pretty much the same as what it was in previous versions of the game, just a new map this time. And there you go, it gives you an exam report, but of course... This is a brand new car, so everything's fine. And so we also have our speed test track. This is basically just a big, long, straight road for us to test some high-speed stuff. But as you can see in the interior view, I can't actually look around, which is a bit of a shame. But we do have some different camera views as well, where we can look around. And also like a stuck camera view, where it just drives off into the distance. We can't really drive off the map that much. We're pretty much just limited. Okay. Yeah, okay, I hit the fence. I'm not actually able to go out of this, which is a shame. But, just like in the previous versions, there will eventually be mods with custom maps that will allow people to drive around in bigger worlds. But I've got to say that it does feel very limiting. The car doesn't sound great. The handling's quite iffy. Maybe on console it would be better with a controller. But there we go, we can drive that. And we also have this. The full-on racetrack, where we can actually set some lap times as well, try and get some better lap times, tuning the car and everything else like that. Again, just like what I said with the other track, because we can't really look around inside the car, which sort of is a bit limiting, and these external views are a bit awkward, and the handling, at least on keyboard, is a bit awkward. I'm not sure how useful this is. I'd say this is the one downside to this game, is I really wish that they had focused a little bit more on the driving experience. as it does feel a little bit tacked on to the end. Also got some very weird sort of ghosting going on there. That is very strange. Can't really do drifting either. That's maybe in something that wasn't front wheel drive. Maybe we'll have some better luck with that. And so that is almost it. There are a few little extra bits. For example, we now have a new examination mode where now we basically just click and hold and it will slowly start to discover stuff instead of having to do it on a part by part basis. So that definitely speeds that up, makes it a little bit less annoying. Not that there's much really to be found in this car. There's also a bunch of new cars, so actually let's go ahead and look at those whilst I give you my final thoughts. And so here we have the car showroom where we can see all of the cars. There's 5 pages of cars at the minute. And also at launch there are a couple of DLCs as well. There's a DLC for this, so we've actually got electric cars coming. So if we actually go to this and look underneath, there's our electric motor, there's our battery packs. So you can actually work on some electric cars, which is a nice addition. I'd be interested to see how that goes. There is also, because most of these cars are basically made up brands, there is also a Nissan DLC coming out at launch as well. That adds stuff like the S15 Silvia, the GTR 370Z Nismo, and the Fairlady Z. So if you want to tune those up, there is also that stuff coming in the DLC from launch, I believe. I don't know what the costs are going to be, though. There's currently no information on pricing. But as you can see, there is our S15 with our SR20DT. I think that is, isn't it? This just shows you that I really know nothing about Nissans. But that will all be tunable and ready once you get that DLC. Some of these are stuff that we had in the previous version. There are some new additions as well. So instead of just the standard Kieran, we now have the four-wheel drive turbo version. There we go. So it's a slightly souped up one. And that's actually applicable for many of the cars here, where we have like the Royal Town. We also have the Royal Town Light version, which just gives us like a souped up version as well. So on top of all of these cars, there's also multiple versions of each, or almost each of them as well. There we go. There is a new tuner version of the Flammo. Wow. Okay. And so there we go. That is it. Just thought I'd show you. It's very hard to try and condense this. I know that this recording has been quite long. Who knows what the editing is going to be like. My thoughts are, I think it's very good. There are some sort of things like the graphic settings I wish had it a bit more. There's like a weird sharpening thing going on that I'm not too keen on. It would be nice if we could adjust that. I think the main issue with this game, and it is such a shame, is I really wish they had more focus on the driving element. Because I've been playing this a lot and I've been spending loads of time building up a car, and then I don't get the satisfaction of driving it, because I drive it, but most of the cars just sort of feel the same. They don't really feel that different. Maybe there's some are faster than others, some are slower than others, but it doesn't really feel that good to drive the cars. It would be nice if we could drive them around the garage, all that sort of stuff, drive them onto a big open road. That would have been so cool. But we've got loads of new stuff to deal with, all these different tuning options, all these different like ways to fix up a car as well. But apart from that, everything else that I haven't shown you is pretty much as it was with the previous version. So you can still fix up cars and do jobs, build up your garage, all that level of stuff. And that is it. That is it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know, rating, commenting, subscribing. Please, if you are interested in this channel and want to follow videos, please hit that bell, because I know that YouTube really isn't showing my videos to people much these days, especially because I've had my time off. And I'd actually be interested to know in the comment section below what you think of this game. Are you going to be buying this game? Maybe this video, you're watching this in a few weeks' time. Maybe you bought the game. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.